Hey, what's up guys, JB here, and right now I'm on my way to a job. I've just pulled over on the A23 just to do the intro to this video. I want to thank my main man Andy at Bartoline, because right now I'm going to be treating a gate with this stuff. So it's the old Bartoline Creocote Dark Brown oil-based timber treatment. Now I've been putting this job off for ages because of the weather. And finally the weather's been dry for a good sort of 5 days. It's looking really bright today, so perfect. Let's get on with it. Right, so here we are on site, and here's the gate. This is the gate that we've that I'm doing, and yeah, a little bit of foliage to just sort of tidy up. A little bit of mud on the bottom of the post and on the bottom of the gates. I'm just going to have a clean up of that, and then we can get cracking. But let me show you this product again that I'm using from Bartoline. Oh, it's like a woods in here, isn't it? There we go. This is the stuff. There we go. Let's turn it round away from the sun. So it's a dark brown oil-based treatment, that's the word. Right, so let's get this cleaned up, and let's slap it on and see what it's like. Now I've given it a real good clean. There was quite a lot of mud and bird mess on there, but basically I've given it a bit of a rough sand with a bit of 80 paper and cleaned a bit of the foliage and kind of dug out just a little bit below the post here and here, just so I can get down a little bit under the soil. It's quite deep in concrete, so there is a bit of concrete residue around the bottom of the post, which is good, I suppose, because it's extra protection. But yeah, I think we're ready to rock and roll. I've got myself a decent sized kettle here. Got a nice kind of 3-inch brush, or 80mm. 80mm, a little bit, maybe a tiny bit bigger than 3 inches, but hey, who's measuring? Don't forget the old gloves. Don't want to get any of this stuff on my hands. And do we need to give it a shake? Not sure. We'll just give it we'll just agitate it a little bit. There we go, just in case any of the stain is further down the bottom. There we go, let's give that a try. It looks quite dark from the lid. Now I'm thinking this is probably going to need 2 coats, but we'll see. Yeah, it does seem quite thick, quite oily looking. Just put the lid on that out of the way. Yeah, it's quite thick. It almost reminds me of the oil that you take out of a car that needs changing, you know, when it needs an oil change, if you've ever done it yourself. Looks about that consistency, but hey, let's give it a go. So let's get started on this face here, I think. So it's definitely quite runny, and that's certainly something you find with a lot of these timber treatments. Now I'm thinking initially, the way it's looking and going on so far, maybe 1 coat is all you need. Don't want to get the brush quite in the mud. That'll be good enough. But wow, look at that, that really is dark. It really does appear to be sinking into the timber. You can see it. You can see close up. You can actually see it sinking into the timber. foliage is a little bit annoying, but it's only this bit. Now both the gate and the posts are pine, but these posts are a bit darker. Looks like they've been treated a bit more than the gate itself, which is obviously giving it a real dark look, and it really is a lot darker than what I thought it was going to be. Let's hope they want it that dark. Well, there you go, look, that's how it's looking so far. Just doing that one face of the post. So, just starting the second post here, and I just wanted you to see how lovely this just sinks into the wood. So initially, yes, it goes on quite runny, but you really can see it just being soaked up by the wood, and it's given a nice even finish as well. Quite dark though. All good, man. Well, I've done the two ends now, and just check these out. They look pretty good. Really dark, but really nice. And then we got this one over here as well. So now I've just got to get the actual gate itself done, and see how that goes. It's a lot lighter wood. It's quite light compared to the post, so it is going to look a bit different. It is going to be a bit lighter. So let's get some on and see what it's like. Well, this certainly has got a different finish to it, and you can probably see on here it's not sinking in quite like it was sinking into the posts. Obviously it doesn't need as much on here. So the gate timber is a lot smoother than the post timber, therefore it's not quite sinking in like it did on there. So I'm going to have to be careful here that I don't get any runs. Actually, once you get that evened out, it does start to look really nice. It's just a bit runnier on this timber than it was on the posts. First coat finished on the gate there. Now what I'm thinking is the two posts, because they're darker wood, I'm not going to do a second coat on those. The gate itself, the wood was a lot smoother, therefore it hasn't sunk into it as quickly. It is drying already, but obviously, as you can see, because it's a lighter wood as well, it's come up a lot lighter. So I'm going to leave it a few hours and then come back and see if it needs a second coat. Now, because this treatment is oil based, it does take quite a while to dry. It's been a couple of hours since I last did it, and it is still wet. Even the large posts that are quite porous, they are still wet, and I'm not going to hang around at this property just to wait for a few more hours just so I can give this another coat. I am coming back at some point, so if we want to put another coat on there to make it a little bit darker, then I'll do that another time. But as far as treating it, protecting it from the rain, that is pretty spot on. It looks really good. I mean, the colour on it is spot on. I do really like it. But again, you can see the posts are a lot darker. They already had a bit of a dark treatment on them, or some kind of, they were treated in some way, so they were darker anyway. But nice looking gate now, I reckon. So there you go, job done. Well, that's it from me. But once again, just want to say a big thank you to Andy from Bartoline for sending me this treatment. So there you go, Bartoline Creocote Dark Brown oil-based timber treatment. Spot on. I'm loving it. Absolutely loving that. Think I might have to do a few bits at home with that now. Okay, fantastic guys, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video, the content. If you did, give us a thumbs up, that would be great. And if you feel like it, why don't you subscribe? That would be fantastic. Nice one. Enjoy the weather, but be safe, and I'll see you real soon.